Hello, all, welcome into this iRacing video. In this video, we're going to be doing a head-to-head comparison of the new BMW M4 GT3 and the new Lamborghini Huracan. They've both just dropped. They're both eligible for IMSA, so I'm really curious now. I'm getting more into GT3s, how they're going to perform, how they're going to stack up against each other. So the plan is to do a couple of laps at Watkins Glen, Spa, and Laguna Seca, and we'll take a look at the lap times and the top speeds, see if we can't hash out which we prefer. All right, let's fire up the first track. Okay, here we are in the BMW M4 GT3, so let's take a look around her. First impressions, I would say she's a looker. Always found the GT4 to look a little boxy and the GT to look a little long, and I think this strikes a really good balance, really nice looking car. So we're here at Watkins Glen International Boot. Plan is to do 3 laps in the Bimmer, 3 laps in the Lambo. We'll take a look at the top speeds, take a look at lap times, and see if we can hash out which is the best. So first up Watkins Glen, then we'll jump over to Spa, then we'll head over to Laguna Seca. I'll try and give my thoughts on the car as I drive, and yeah, see if we can't hash out which car we prefer. I'll be using the medium downforce sprint setup, so let's get on with it. Okay, let's take her for a spin. Alright, the dash looks nice. Force feedback feels nice and perky. Yep. Very nice feedback so far, but let's get some more laps under us. I can definitely feel the tyres and what they're doing. They feel good. Liking the dash as well. Alright, let's learn our braking points, hopefully on the outlet. Engine's interesting sounds, quite quiet, very high pitched. It's got nice body roll. So obviously, like I said, this is the medium downforce sprint setup developed by iRacing. Like the downshifts, very nice sound, nice compression. Yep, feels good. Looking forward to doing some laps. A bit of oversteer on entry, but obviously cold tyres on these new GT3s. The new tyre model, rather, sorry. Tyres definitely take a bit more of a workout to get them going. Yeah, I'll say that my favourite thing so far is the very precise force feedback. It's giving a lot of information and it feels good. Right, let's try our first hot lap. Nice. Do love this track. I love all the tracks I picked because I picked them. It's bumps like a champ, like a normal BMW does. It's renowned for. Nice. I feel like I can really hit marks and perform in this car. So I'm learning GT3s. Last couple of seasons been all GTE for me, so this has been a nice experience, but I'm getting used to ABS and all those factors now. So at the time of filming, the BMW's only been out a few minutes. Just bought it and thought of pairing it to the Lambo for IMSA purposes. And they're both new cars, so perfect. At our first lap, I've no idea what a good time is around here, especially on the temps and the setup I'm using. Okay, 56.4. See how consistent we can be as well. Be a good indication of how good it is to drive. So far, really liking it. Very good balance to the car. I think that's one of the reasons I'm liking the force feedback so much. Nice. Very predictable car. We'll see what the Lambo can do here, but I'm very impressed so far, I will say. Right, we improved a little bit. So I think that's going to be, what, 46.3, is it? Yep. 6.3. One more lap. All we got. So I've got left like 48.5 litres, yeah. So I think it put 60 litres in for this car, for the endurance, for the sprint set. I broke a little early there. Hopefully I can capitalise on the way out a little bit with early throttle. Yeah, looks like we did. Right, looking good. O laps are 46.0. We lost a bit of time there. And maybe the tyre's just gone off a pinch. Nothing too drastic. There you go. Not an improvement, but let's get out of the car and take a look at the lap times. Right, bear with me. Okay, so we did a 46.4, 46.3, and a 46.3. So all good. Let's go see what the Lambo can do. I'll get it ready. Okay, here we are in the Lamborghini Huracan GT3. She's quite the looker. There's no getting away from that. Looking forward to the livery being on there. Yeah, good looking car. Let's jump inside, run 3 laps, see how we compare. Okay, first impressions. Very nice, very airy. That giant big screen in the top right might be a problem for single screen users, but it's fine for me. I could see that getting in the way. Okay, same conditions. I just fired up the exact same session in a different car, and I'm using the medium downforce sprint setup. I will say the wheel feels a lot lighter, and yes, it's louder and getting louder. Very Lambo. Let's just hope it's not all shout. Not sure it takes the bumps as nice, but they're fine. Possibly got a lot more rotation than the BMW. Maybe a bit too much, but let's see. Old tyres and all that. Yeah, I could see that screen in the top right being a bit of a hazard for single screen users seeing apexes. So I haven't drove these cars around this track in sort of any way, shape or form or done an official, just exploratory laps. The BMW was very consistent. That went from being bought to being out on track to keeping within a tenth over 3 laps is impressive. Feel as connected to the road in the Lambo, but that's not really. I'm just picking up small details. Like obviously I feel perfectly fine, just can't feel all 4 tyres through the wheel. It feels a little slightly number, but let's see. Feels like it's got nice power. Might be the screaming noise I hear in my ear though. Nice amounts of rotation in this car. Slightly too much there on the left. That's what I was worried about on the outlap. But we can cancel that out. It's better to have it and not need it than not to have it at all. Why I prefer oversteer. God, it's oversteering. I love it. Right, 46.4, 46.3 to beat. See what lap 1 is. 6.8. Come on. So we're going to use the same setup at all 3 tracks. Just try and keep it fair. As fair as it can be. None of us much confidence with this car through the bus stop. It's just the curb strike to leave you guessing. Mixtures of oversteer and understeer through that bend. Come on, let's push. Oh, oversteer. Setup might not be perfect for this track, but it is the medium downforce, same as the BM. Right, let's go for one more after this. See what we can do. I didn't hurt the tyres too much at all. As I say, this isn't meant to be a full review of the car. I usually put hours into setting up a car, getting it ready for a track, getting to know a car, all my braking points. This is just my first look at both cars at these 3 tracks. I'm trying to give you a reference for, you know, if you're a beginner level or advanced, how they drive. So much rotation through that left hand. Oh, almost did it again. This car's a little bit more work. There's a lot of potential, I can feel that for sure. Unfortunately, lap time wise, as far as a first time jump in, it got smoked by the BMW's consistency and easy to drive. Have a look. Okay, let's bring over our times. So 46.8, 56.9, ignore that one, and a 46.9. Whereas the BM was 46.4, 46.3, 46.3. So I'm going to pause it there. I'm going to load up Spa, jump back in the BMW, and do same again. I'll be right back. Okay, here we are back in the BMW at the very beautiful Spa. We're going to do 2 laps of each car at this track, so I know this track pretty well. Yeah, we'll take a look at the top speeds as well at the end of a Rouge at the end in each car. Let's make a note of them, see if we can see any major differences. We'll say, just pulling out the pits, I do prefer the feel of the force feedback in this car. Let's see how we get on. Bit of a longer lap here, so we've got to try and avoid all the little mistakes. I'm actually just doing my first 2 sighting laps. So I'm going to try and concentrate on my out lap. Get our braking points all logged away. So different in sound to the Lambo. I will say that off the bat. You can just... everything I can hear, from the brakes to the car to the creaking of the car, it's very different animal. It doesn't sound as fast, but as we saw at the Glen, she's not slow. So far it's been relatively easy to keep it from going off track. It's a good sight. We shall see about Blanchiment. Same, but I did lift. Right, heavy on the brakes, then we'll go for our first lap. A bit of downshift protection in this car can be annoying at that bend. You want the engine braking as soon as possible. It's the apex there a little bit. Come on, David. Whoops. It's close. Only just an off track. Sparred off track. Also, I'm struggling with the gear in this car. Fifth, sixth transition. Sounds very muted, and it just... I'm not sure on the rev light to use. So this isn't the ideal setup for Spa. But I'm just trying to keep this fair. I've actually been practicing for this track. Ready for VRS in the Ferrari. And that feels a lot different. My setup's got a lot less wing. Nice control from the car. Again, 18.7. See what we can do about beating that. Nice bite. There you go, no off track. Yeah, so far so good. Maybe a little understeery. I'm not loving this 5th, 6th transition. I'm left feeling numb. So that section there is the hardest for the car. It was quite weighty at the front. So in the Ferrari we were able to get 17.7s, but as I say, that's with a custom setup and lots of practice. So yeah, take that with a pinch of salt. This is just medium downforce and no practice. And I didn't really gain anything there, so I'm not going to worry. I lost because the inside curb strike meant I had to lengthen the track. Looks like once again it was very consistent. So much like at the Glen where we stayed within our lap time both laps. Let's have a look. It was a 10th at the Glen. Here it was 10th and a half, so 18.7 and 18.5. Right, bear with me and I'll be back in the Lambo. Okay, we're back in the Lamborghini now at Spa. See if we can better the BMW time. I do have high hopes of the Lambo here at this track. She hasn't shown in the first test to be the most consistent, but I have a hunch. It's very pretty in this car, I will say. Yes, the sound is lovely. Right. That's where the BMW was weak, this car is strong. Once again, sucked rotation levels. But for all this stuff, this is where it's going to come in handy. Enjoying this car here. Still prefer the force feedback on the Bimmer. Not gonna lie. Plus I'm running the Lambo 5% more force feedback strength and it still feels a little... No, it's like numb. Oh, downshift is so much better, but there's no downshift protection, so I have to be careful. Come from the Bimmer, which has hurt me there, but I won't make that mistake again. Let's go. Apex back there, David. Oh, that was not an off track, come on. Right, let's try and keep it somewhat on the asphalt this lap. Feels promising. But let's see. She caught me out of the glen and I lost the rears for a second. On track, yes. So far so good, very precise. Yeah, the downshifts are better in this car. Well, you can, yeah. With great power comes great responsibility. Come on. It's a much better T1. Right, we was actually a little bit slower again. Which surprises me. Alright, got just this lap to play for. Let's see what we can do. in second gear there, come on. And it helped with the rotation and early throttle, but too much engine braking. Nice. No. A shame, let's just finish the lap. The rears came round again, unloading the throttle. Now, it does remind me of last season's Audi in that sense. When you're pushing and you snap off the throttle. Let's give her one more lap, a redemption lap. The O-lap's not looking too promising though. I say, very setup dependent. I actually think the Lambo drives pretty well at Spa. Come on. And a lot of kick from the throttle though on the exit of T1. Yeah, I don't want to edit out any of the spins or mistakes. I said this is just preliminary, jumping in, no practice, chucking on a setup, same setup for all three tracks. Lambo's lovely there on that right hand up, the left hander, sorry. Really nice. These setups for iRacing have been developed to be competitive. That's the word. And the medium downforce was actually built at Spa, believe it or not, for each of the GT3s. The low was built at Road America, medium at Spa, high at Phillip Island. Let's jump out, bring up the laps. We'll look at the BMW Lap Times. Carl. Hey, bear with me. Okay, so the BMW was 18.7, 18.5. The Lambo was 18.9, 18.9. So while consistent, I think a lot of that was me having to fight the oversteer and the slightly delayed throttle, which just led to slightly slower lap times, unfortunately. Right, bear with me, and I'll jump back in, and we'll do Laguna Seca for the final test. Okay, welcome to the very sunny Laguna Seca. We're in the BMW. Let's go test. It's the last chance for the Lambo to shine. I do feel with the understeering nature of this car, it could be its downfall here at Laguna Seca, but we shall see. Thought the Lambo would be quickest at Spa. I say this is just first time exploratory lap, to explain again. This isn't a how-to or a technical guide or a setup or anything. This is just medium downforce, sprint, 3 tracks I know well. First feel and impressions. So let me quickly learn my braking points for this car. I know I've said this before, and I'm going to say it for a third time. The force feedback in this car gives you a very smooth, consistent feel. You can feel how the tyres are at all times. That's my best feeling I get. Whereas the Lamborghini, not quite 4 tyres. I can't feel all 4, no way. Almost feels like there's 2 down the middle, a little bit. The body roll confuses the sensors. Right, we'll do 3 laps here. Very short circuit. Here we go. Bit more nervous about this one. It's a lot easier to make mistakes here at Laguna Seca. Track I love, but can't say I've drove here in GT3s. GTEs, sure. F3s, sure. Mazdas, yep. Skippy, yep. Let's see how we do. That's no bueno. That was what I was worried about. The understeer. We were just slower than an out lap on that lap. So we've got 3 laps. Warm up to the track while I'm lapping. Wouldn't be in first impressions if I did 100 laps off camera. What is important is the car's very reliable. Let me know exactly how she felt. I could feel the understeer coming, so I suppose that is quite an important factor to know. Oof. Perhaps I should switch them to high downforce for this circuit. But we said medium, so let it be medium. Okay, okay. It's better. I felt a lot better. One more. Oh, so much understeer. Right, let's keep on. Never know, might get time back somewhere else. Oh. Alright, we got a lap in. Technical track. Slowdown was bad to happen. What did we do? 22.7. Understeer and brakes. I think we needed the high downforce set, but felt fine. It always let me know what was happening. So at the time of the huge amounts of understeer, I was fully aware going in. So we didn't go off, we didn't lose the rears, we didn't spin. And at the I can't remember the name of the corner. That's going to bother me. Anyway, we didn't lose it. Corkscrew. Yeah, we didn't lose control of the car. I could feel going in exactly. So I'm saying this car's got a really nice feedback feel. So I knew exactly what was happening. I knew braking wasn't enough. Managed the rotation. We kept a nice straight line. We took a slowdown, but we didn't spin. We didn't crash. So not all bad. Right, I'll be back and we'll jump in the Lambo. Okay, here we go in the Lambo at Laguna. On a line, a little bit frightened for this combination. Medium downforce Lamborghini at Laguna, but let's feel her out. Try for 3 laps. This has none of the understeer like the Beam is suffering with. Plus you can hear this car from miles away. I think it's going to be exciting, IMSA with these two cars. I think it's going to really spice things up. Okay, here we go. Lap 1. Nice. Aggressive car and aggressive track, so that's why it's good. BMW Lap 1 was quite a struggle. I will give my final thoughts at the end. So I've developed quite a... Oof. Yeah, developed quite a thought for both these cars now. Let me know down in the comments if you'd like to see an actual in-depth comparison of all the GT3s with practice and time behind them all and using proper developed setups. Oh, baby. If you see me smiling, it's because I'm enjoying myself. Braking a little too late there. My light in. No. I think that's been one every track so far in the Lambo. And it's a painted over Audi. That's what the Audi used to do last season. The rear unloading. All right, one more. The way it happens as well is very difficult to recover. The weight just shifts from the rear. That was a brilliant lap. It felt awesome. Again. Come on, car. Oh. That was a scrappy back half of that lap. Let me pull over and give my thoughts on these cars, because it might surprise you. Now I've done, now I've had some time in both. It's easy to say that I prefer the BMW based on the lap times I was publishing. I will say, if you're a beginner and you're looking at IMSA and GT3 is your thing, I think the BMW is a really good choice as far as new content goes. That doesn't mean I necessarily prefer it though. Even though I had my struggles in the Lamborghini, it feels like, because I've drove a lot of cars now through iRacing, I work on a lot of setups. We do a lot of prep for long endurance racing, sprint races. And while I don't have the biggest experience in GT3, I come from a lot of experience at GTE. And it feels like the Lambo has bags of potential. Has a more unique driving style with the rear unloading, which isn't necessarily a super bad thing. When you need access to rotation, lifting off the throttle slightly quicker than you normally would to bring the rear round is can be hugely advantageous. It's just when it catches you out when you're not prepared, like I wasn't. So obviously I just jumped in 3 laps, handpicked the track, medium downforce sprint setup, barely any force feedback work. I really like both cars. BMW, super consistent. That showed up time and time and time again. What was the lap time, actually? Let's have a look. Laguna Seca, to do a comparison. The BMW is a 22.7. Was that? Yeah. So it won both quite well. They're really, really competitive cars, but for different reasons. I might be wrong about the Lambo's potential, but it does feel like it's there. But it is more the difficult car to drive. That's completely evident. Especially at Spa, I was quite surprised with the unbalancedness of the Lamborghini. Because remember, let me just show you the notes. Bear with me. So as you can see, this setup I've been using was actually designed at Spa. Now that's also true for the BMW, but I really felt the Lamborghini would be the car of choice there. But whether at the temps or the practice, it just didn't work that way. So BMW was the overall winner. But as I said, that doesn't mean it's not me recommending do not buy the Lamborghini and me recommending buy the BMW. That's not really it. The conclusion is, if you're new, there is no doubt in my mind that the BMW M4 GT3 wouldn't be a good car to add to your arsenal. If you're quite experienced and you're looking at getting yourself getting hold of another car, the Lamborghini does feel, to me personally, like there's bags of potential for setup there. It was like a quick car. It's got really good mid-apex rotation. Throttle pickup's very quick. Driving style slightly different, and something to get used to. But it's just food for thought. I really enjoyed both cars. Glad I bought them, and hopefully I'll be able to bring you some races in them soon. Right, I hope you enjoyed watching. Like if you did, sub if you want to see the next one. Leave a comment down below and I will read it. Let me know if you want to see a full in-depth comparison of the GT3s. We did something like that about 6-7 months ago when I was first buying them, first getting into iRacing. I thought to just do a baseline comparison, but I'm happy to do a more comprehensive comparison. Right, as always, it's been fun. Thank you for the support. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye all.